This is Die Hard. It came out in 1988, shot on film, and it looks like this. And this is Ip Man 4, the finale. It came out in 2019, shot on digital. Now, which look would you go for? Let me know in the comments below. So I spent Christmas with my in-laws, and I was watching Die Hard with my nephew. He's 14 years old. And out of nowhere, he goes, "Uncle Qazi, this feels like they didn't even grade this movie." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "It just feels so realistic. Like it just feels like what I'm seeing in this room." And it was an eye-opening thing, what I heard from this kid. He grew up watching Spider-Man, playing Fortnite, and for him to say something like this, I was like, okay, we need to do a video about this and discuss what just happened. Because what he's saying is what my all-time favorite editor, Walter Murch, has said in his book, In the Blink of an Eye. Walter Murch is the ultimate GOAT. Apocalypse Now, the Godfather movies, he was Francis Ford Coppola's go-to guy. Okay, so he is at the top of his game. He said the best editing is where the edit is invisible. And I personally feel like we can extend that mindset to color grading. Because this is back in the day, this is before the age of DI, they are lighting it properly, they are bringing it in, and the most they're probably doing is color timing and just like making sure everything is lining up to the look that they're going for. And it's ending up with something that is very authentic, and it just basically makes color grading invisible. Hence my nephew saying, this just feels so real. For those that don't know me, my name is Qazi. I've worked with brands like Adidas, Amazon Prime, Universal Studios, and I make just straightforward color grading tutorials so you can work with your dream clients. Now, let's just analyze this shot and look at it, like why this looks so real. If we are in this room, usually most of the time rooms are lit with a little bit warmer lights, 3200 Kelvin or something like that. So then there will be a little bit of warmth in his day goatee, right? And we're seeing that. Outside of that, the skin tones look absolutely perfect. Like I'm looking at Bruce Willis with my own eyes. Everything else in the room just looks great. Because of like old technology, the dynamic range is not there, so they can't protect the light in the lamp in the back, so it's blown out. Again, adds to the realism, because try looking into a really bright light, you can't, right? You have to squint and you have to look away, basically, aka blown out, right? Like you can't really look at it, and that's why this feels real. Let's go to this shot. I mean, we are just so destroyed with this modern world of like everything Photoshop. If I was grading this shot, regardless of like if the actor asked for it or not, I would be whitening his teeth, right? Like I'll basically be doing all the Photoshop techniques to cleaning up the image, whereas this adds to the reality. Not everybody has the whitest teeth, and it just adds to the character of the character in the movie as well. Let's move on to this shot. So there's going to be a hint of like that blue that we're seeing in the image, but outside of that, look at the skin tones. Look at the blacks, and the contrast is just so good how my eyes would perceive it. We're just going so far away from it. I'm not understanding it. I mean, obviously we'll talk about it and I'll give you guys my 2 cents, but the entire idea of this video is not just to kind of analyze this, but then also give you a game plan of like what to do when. So then I watch Ip Man 4 and it absolutely destroyed my brain. What is this? This is absolutely the opposite of Die Hard, because now we have insane technology. We've come such a long way, but we're ending up with images like this. Like, this is just not cool in any sense. This is not a look that they're going for. Everything is just too much. And plus, it's a period piece. So why are we stylizing it so much, and for what reason? What is the reason why this looks the way it does? Why can't I just take it and like, pull this out a little bit? I mean, I can't even like get this out no matter how hard I try. I mean, I can take it up there and like pull this out, keep going to something like that. And this just looks way better to me. Like, why do we have to go there? Like, what's the purpose? It's not serving anything. And then even like when they're trying to make something bright and poppy, it's still washed out. Like, look at where the waveform is sitting. And it's just flat out looks bad. Like the saturation is too much in some areas, but then not enough in other areas. The whole thing just does not fit, man. It just looks so weird. I mean, I have to like probably go in my gamma and drop it. Even that is not working. And then like maybe I have to pull the saturation back. Like I just genuinely don't know how can somebody just be that off. And even if they're trying to create a look, I mean, what's happening with these light bulbs? This is how you know, like these practicals, they're like the weirdest yellow. It popped out so much. Like I just couldn't pay attention to this movie. I barely ever buy movies. I have a subscription to every single streaming service, so I just watch movies like that. But this one I purchased because I have a super soft spot for Ip Man, the entire series. And then this is the finale, which, spoiler alert, it's not. I went on IMDb and they're making a 5th one, but whatever. I bought the movie and then I was watching it in highest quality possible. Apple TV. Anytime you download a movie from Apple TV, that's just a sidebar. It's gonna be a much higher quality, higher bit rate. Compared to say Netflix or HBO or stuff like that. Disney has a pretty good high bit rate too, but Amazon Prime is dismal and all these other services are pretty bad, but Apple TV will always give you the highest quality that you can get. So then I bought the movie, I'm watching it on there in Dolby Vision, and I just go, oh my God, like it's just distractingly bad. All of these, they're absolutely missing the mark on every single thing, and there was zero need for it. There's just no need for going in that direction, okay? Then I watched another movie from the 80s called Misery. Wow, what a beautiful story. If you haven't seen it, once again, go freaking watch it right now. What an amazing film. But the best part about it is that just look at the colors. This blue is there during the day when you go outside. The shadows always have a blue. It is the most authentic, real thing that I'm looking at. Shadows on the mountain, if they're gonna be facing against the sun, they're gonna have that, and you're seeing that. Then look at how beautiful this shot is. A little bit of warmer lights. Look at the warmth that is getting picked up by these papers. Look at how beautiful her skin looks. And most importantly, how natural everything looks. I mean, this is the grayest gray you will ever see. This is an 18% gray. It's so amazing. It's so good. Look at how beautiful this shot is. And why? There's multiple different things happening. One, they're living up to that Walter Murch thing, just getting out of the way of the story and the characters, and then letting a good lighting, a good camera, 35 millimeter Panavision just do the talking, right? Let's just walk away from the rest of it. And most importantly, the contrast. I mean, what is happening to our contrast nowadays? I just don't understand it. But like when I go here, like, where is my contrast? Where are my blacks? Like, why is it just like everything so washed out? Even if they try to make it poppy, it's just so washed out. Everything always just lives in the middle and not in a good way. There's a right way to do it. They're not doing it the right way. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. You know, obviously he should have more pink pigmentations in his skin because he's so pale. And that's what's happening. I mean, if you look at the sticky notes on the back, this is exactly the color of, you know, those sticky notes. The red from the marker looks exactly like that. The wood looks exactly like that. It's just that the color rendition is so true and authentic that you just pay attention to the main thing, which is what is happening in this scene, and that's it. So now let's talk about when you have to break the rules. Let's talk about a movie like Dune. Now, why do we buy this? We go from this one scene to the next scene and we go, I bought it. Because we're on another planet. We're on a freaking alien planet. We don't know what is going on here, what the colors look like, because I've never been there. So now this is the time and place to have fun. This is a true fantasy. Take us there. Go whatever you want to do it, and I will buy it. This is where you bring in your color grading chops and you go places. Now let's go to this. Now this is in Italy when my wife and I went there a couple of years ago, and we filmed this, and it looks pretty good, right? I just made that shit up. This is Spider-Man. So this is Spider-Man Away from Home or something. Why does it look like that? I mean, this is a superhero movie, literally the epitome of a freaking fantasy film. Why are we putting it in such a, like, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even post this image. I would go ahead and grade this before posting, making it look like this. Like it was literally shot with just my phone, with nothing applied to it, no filter, hashtag no filter. Why are we doing hashtag no filter with Marvel movies? Like, this is why so many people are having mixed emotions about color grading. Like, what's going on with Hollywood right now? It makes absolutely zero sense. Like, I'm sorry, and some of this work is done by my friends, and that's why I'm not mentioning any names. But I'm just saying, it's probably not even them. Us colorists, we can't just take the liberty and do whatever the hell we want. I mean, that's childish. We are told what somebody wants and we go in that direction. But what I'm saying is, whoever is pulling those strings, what are we talking about? This does not look good at all. This does not fit in that fantasy world. This is where you want to have fun. This is where you want to take me somewhere. I mean, think about a show like Severance and what they're doing, right? Because it's obviously such a unsettling, weird, dystopian type of thing that's happening, that then when you grade it, it's actually properly graded. I bought it. You go there. You know, think about a show like Euphoria. The colors are bursting out and it's so crazy because everybody's on drugs, and let's see the world from their perspective, and it looks very different than what it looks like from my coherent perspective. So then sell me that. I bought it. It's great. This is what I'm talking about. And it's like, what is this? It's just so uninteresting. It's Rec 709, genuinely. Like, it didn't go anywhere. It's just like Rec 709, no other color to it, and let's just print it. Let's just move on. Like, I don't get it. Like, this gunky yellow is not even in real life. And, you know, it's like, why are we not cleaning that up? I don't understand it. And that's why people are frustrated. Let's just continue double downing on the fantasy films like Wicked. When you think about Wicked, what do you think about? Like, I just think about so much color, burst of color. I'm not understanding this oxymoron thing that's happening nowadays, where we're taking these crazy fantasy, insane films where there's so much opportunity for like bursts of color, and take advantage of HDR and like the technology that we have today. And then we end up with images like this. Like, this is supposed to be colorful. It's like I want to wipe my screen because there's a smudge on it. This is what it feels like. It just genuinely feels like there's a smudge on it. I want to wipe it off. And like, there's so many colors present like in the shot, but then just why isn't there any weight to these colors? Like, and why is there like this weird glow? Just isn't called for. Like, when I'm looking at this, like, it doesn't make me feel like, oh my God, like that made the scene. I don't understand it. Okay, now let's go back to 1939. First color film of all time. Technicolor, Wizard of Oz. I mean, are you kidding me? This is 2025. This is 1939. I mean, I hope it is 1939 and this is not like, you know, a remaster from like 2025. But I'm just saying, I mean, I pulled these images from Shot Deck. Look at this. It looks absolutely wonderful. It looks amazing. It looks better than what Wicked looked like in IMAX. And the IMAX that I go to by my house is one of 19 IMAXs in the entire world or in the entire country with that laser projection and that technology that they have. Like, their screens are insane. And I saw it there, and I still think that this looks better than that. So this is just what I'm getting at. Like, what are we doing here? So what can we do? Let's just say you're working on a project. Here's a shot. The genre is drama. Right? So something like, I don't know. I mean, think of it like No Country for Old Men or There Will Be Blood. When you pull those images up, they're very neutral. They're very true to life. And that's why they're top 50 movies of all time. I'm not saying like grading is bad and it's not going to make your movie be top 10 or something like that, because I feel like The Dark Knight is really pushed, but in all the right ways. Again, it's fantasy. If you're going to go there, then go there. Then take me there. I'm signing up for that journey. So in RapidGrade, what I'm going to do here is like for a picture like that, we have a perfect custom one-click look. I'm going to go under cinematic and I'm going to go select Jurassic World Rebirth. Bam, done. And if I were to show you in the charts like what's happening, you'll see that it's a very neutral, clean look on the top end. Like, look at my whites, what's happening with them, and then look at my darks. And then we're creating a very, very interesting look. Looks absolutely gorgeous. So now that's a perfect look for it. You know what's not a perfect look for this shot? If I just go right here and I apply some crazy amber silk or something like that, which is a very stylized look that we have. There's a time and place for it, but here, you tell me, be the judge of that. You like this better or you like this better? Of course, I don't even need to wait for your answer. I know what you're going to say. Let's go to this shot. Now, this is supposed to be, let's just say it's a Marvel movie and these are all our heroes. Now, this is where we let our imagination run wild. So in our one-click look system, I can go under Essentials pack, go all the way down to Tasteful Teal and Orange. And I click on that and bam. Now that is a freaking amazing look. Let's just create a world that we don't really see with our own eyes. And I'm buying it. Let's just say something like this, right? So if this is supposed to be a commercial and it's supposed to be like for a skincare product, and if I just go here and I go, oh man, let's just go and choose cliche teal and orange. Wow, this looks amazing. I mean, this is reminding me of Ip Man 4. I mean, technically, it doesn't look horrible, right? Like, it's fine. But what was the point of this? Why did I just go here? Why did I create this? Like, I just don't understand. How about if I just do this, commercial white, and we end up with this look? And now if I do before and after, the kind of look that we created, what it just did to our skin tones. I mean, look at this. This is before. This is after, how it pops from the background, separates the background, makes it so clean, makes the skin tones pop the right way. Nothing unnecessary, nothing weirdly dramatic. Why? Like, this is perfect. This is exactly this is the separation that we're looking for. And that's the right look for this scene. And this is exactly what my thought process is. And in 2026, I'm going to do a lot more videos like that. Give you guys the taste bud for color grading. Because I feel like this is way more important than, you know, the twisting and turning the knobs. And the reason why I showed you all these looks, these are all custom looks developed by somebody with 15 years of experience. I work with Kanye, I work with Drake, I work with Lawrence Sher, I've worked with The Weeknd. And I am using my 15 years of experience to like build these concoctions on the back end. So for you, it is as simple as like flip the switch and just move on to the next project. Because in 2026, people are not paying you from building looks from scratch. Nobody has time for that. They're going to move on to the next guy who can work faster, cheaper, and better. And this is what you're getting in this one package. So if you guys are interested, link is in the description. Now, for the first time ever, you guys can purchase RapidGrade outside of Cosverse. So you don't have to buy the entire bundle. You can just purchase RapidGrade. Link is in the description. Check it out. And if you guys have any content suggestions, please let me know. Let's get the party started. 2026, baby. Let's go.